Today I'm showing you the best strategy to defeat the secret entity boss fight solo and unlock the hidden Infinite Cosmos blueprint. Let's get started. For our loadout, I am going to choose the RGL with deadwire detonators. Especially if you're playing solo, deadwire detonators with the RGL is fantastic because it stuns special enemies as well as normal enemies. If you're going in co-op, you could forego the actual deadwire detonators and just use the RGL. Golden armor is a must, and I like mags of holding, but that is purely optional. If you feel comfortable reloading, you feel like you don't need mags of holding, that is okay. I would recommend obviously a legendary tool, but also a triple pack-a-punch crystal. During the setup process of this boss fight, we are going to need a ton of points, and the triple pack-a-punch costs a lot of points, so anything we do to get ahead is going to be beneficial. And of course, don't forget your Elder Sigil. For my field upgrade, I like to use Energy Mine if I'm running solo, or Healing Aura if I'm running co-op. Spawning in with decoys, molotovs, thermites, or whatever your equipment of choice is going to be perfectly fine. I do usually get Casimirs, but they actually don't play as big of a role as you might think. Once we spawn into the Overworld, all we're going to do is try to get as geared up as possible, get all of our perks, get some extra self-revives, maybe a Casimir if we like it. Ammo mods aren't super important, but I do like to grab a Brain Rot because it's my favorite because it can actually turn special enemies. But the core foundation of this strategy is going to be grinding out as many points so you can buy 5 to 8 Juggernaut suits. Of course, playing co-op, more people are going to have more Jug suits, it makes it easier, but if you're playing solo, I like to have 5 to 8. And finally, just before you go into the Elder Dark Aether, you're going to want to pick up a Spore Control inhibitor. Don't worry though, if you forgot about that, there is a Spore Control contract in this Dark Aether that you can pick up an inhibitor from, but that just takes more time. Once you're in the Elder Dark Aether, we can get going on the actual Easter egg steps. Now this Easter egg actually works in the regular Sigil Dark Aether, but you don't get the special blueprint rewards. So the choice is yours. But as soon as you spawn in, you are going to want to jump off the island, either through the jump pad or just jumping off, and head onto the center building right here. I will call this building the high-rise building because high-rise is just above it, but you're going to float on down to the bottom of the map right here. This is the lobby area, and you could see a Spore that you'll use your inhibitor on. Destroying the Spore will drop an R4D detector. This will take up an equipment slot, so just be sure you're switching out the right thing. Now you can use that R4D detector and follow the arrows out of the lobby area. This will bring you outside. I believe it's going to be on the east side of the area to the right side of the overview map. You're going to follow the arrows, and it's going to bring you to some sort of like sculpture or modern art piece or some sort of like park, recreational area, whatever you want to call this thing. And this is going to be kind of like a fun little maze here. Use your R4D detector to follow the arrows through the structure. Now I've heard things from different people that you don't need the R4D detector, you don't need to look at the arrows, but then some people say you do need to look at the arrows, so I always just try to keep an eye on where the arrows are, keep looking at them as I go and navigate through this little maze little thing here. If you have any more information, if you haven't done with the R4D detector, please let me know in the comment section below, but I'm pretty sure you need the R4D detector. At the end of the maze, it will spawn in a gold skull that you can pick up. You're going to take this gold skull back to the high-rise building. Now, as you go back there, you've probably spawned in a bunch of zombies, a bunch of bosses, so please use the zip lines. There is a zip line immediately after you get the gold skull. Go up on top of that rooftop, jump off the rooftop, get another zip line, go off that rooftop. It's great to get rid of those bosses. Now, as you go back into the lobby, you're going to head into the north building right there. Again, from that lobby area, going north into this room with the gold whale. Now, of course, if you have a Scorcher, you can use it, but I personally usually don't run a Scorcher, so I just use the stairs. If you're going up the stairs, it's going to be the second door as you go up the staircase. Go ahead and jump on top of the golden whale, and it should give you a prompt to switch out the gold skull with a thumb drive. They'll put in a funny little blue screen effect right there in front of you, and you can take that thumb drive, jump down off of the whale, and go west. You're going to head left outside of the lobby area. You can again get on rooftops. I like to take this route right here where I use this little jump thing, and you're going to go to a building with the redeploy anchor. Follow the route that I took here. I like to jump from the top down inside, and there's going to be a computer right here with a blue screen. You'll insert the thumb drive and it will spawn in an HVT. All you need to do is kill this HVT and be patient because you actually have a lot more time than you think. Once you complete this Easter egg step, it gives you a fresh 15 minutes once you're in the boss fight. So even though you're in the Elder Sigil, you have this whole entire 15 minutes to get to the boss fight. I took a long time to kill this HVT Mangler with just the RGL and deadwire detonators, so don't be afraid to take your time and be safe. If you feel comfortable, you might be able to use a Jug suit to kill this HVT a little bit faster. Just make sure you have open sky above you and it doesn't land on a building or island. Once you kill this Mangler, it will drop a key, and all you have to do is take the key to the top of the tallest building near the exfil portal. Once again, get on the rooftops and really especially use the launch pads. There are a lot of launch pads that will get you incredibly high here. I like using the launch pad on the high-rise building because it will skip half of the little train ride that you need to take on top of the on your way up to the top of the building. Once again, be safe, be patient, you have time. Once you're on top of the building, you can open this door with the key. Now, this will sometimes give you a free wonder weapon right here, which is awesome. But just like Black Ops 4 Zombies, all players must be nearby to enter the portal and go to the boss fight. Just like the story mission, you'll spawn into this beautiful arena and you can dive on over to the boss fight island. Couple things you should know, this boss fight has 3 ammo refill stations, one on the main island, one on an island to the left, and one on an island to the right. And at any point in time, if you want to bail out of this boss fight, if you've run out of self-revives, if you think you're being overrun, there is an exfil portal on the main island if you want to exfil. Once you're on the main island, the entity will spawn in. Now, it's very simple to deal damage to the entity. It has 7 very obvious video game weak point orbs, 2 on her hip, 2 on her hands, 2 on her shoulders, and 1 on her forehead. If you're using regular weapons, they will take some time to destroy these orbs, which is why we took an arsenal full of Juggernaut suits. Juggernaut suits do incredible damage to these orbs, and it is awesome. If you destroy every single orb before she teleports, this will cause her to take bonus damage. Not destroying all of these orbs before she teleports will draw out the fight longer than you really want it to. That being said, people have done this with regular weapons before. The VR11 is good. Somebody used a sniper rifle to do this mission. But by far, the safest and easiest strategy is to use these Juggernaut suits. Now, in terms of dodging her own attacks, this is what is important. In my opinion, the most dangerous attack is her yellow beam. This will insta-kill you if you get hit by it. Be sure you're aware of where she's at and what attack she's doing, and be sure you're standing behind a pillar or some sort of cover at all times. Additionally, whenever she teleports, she will spawn in orbs. Now, these are typical orbs. They go down really easily and they deal significant damage to you, but they are a bit of a nuisance, so just take care of them when you can. The most stressful attack has to be her lightning attack. This is where those like little red indicators will come in on all of the islands. These take a long time to charge up, and you do have some time to attack her during this phase, but this attack insta-kills you unless you have full golden armor, but this will also auto-strip you off of your jug suit if you're in it. The best way to deal with this is to either destroy all of the orbs and this will automatically stop the attack, or just jump off the island. Believe it or not, you will not die and you will respawn in the air. Of course, you could also just take a jump pad too and then use your parachute and kind of just wait out the attack. But if you do fall off the island, don't worry, there are ether tears, but you don't need to use the ether tears to respawn back on top of the island. Those ether tears are just there if you want a really high redeploy. In addition to the entity, you're gonna have to deal with bosses and zombies. Casimir's energy mines are fantastic for this. The RGL is really good. Like I said, dead wire detonators is excellent, especially if you're solo. Grenades and equipment other than the Casimir are great with this too, with dead wire detonators, and exploiting those ammo caches is really good with like Molotovs and gas grenades. But if you're playing co-op, a lot of the zombies are going to be distracted. It's going to be a little bit more chill. But if you ever get overwhelmed, just use a jump pad to jump between the islands. Also, you don't need to deploy your parachute if you're landing straight from a jump pad jump. You will actually PhD flop and kill other zombies if you are using these jump pads, which is awesome. So what I like to do, my strategy is as soon as I spawn in, I go to the main island and I like to throw my jug suit right away. Something that I haven't experimented with yet is I think you can throw more than one jug suit just to have it ready, because it does take some time for that jug suit to come in. Whenever you do call in a jug suit, be sure to immediately equip another one if it's safe. You don't want to be running around trying to throw a jug suit, but you have to equip it because you forgot last time. Now, once you're in the jug suit, if you're using it effectively, you can clear 2 full sets of her orbs with just 1 jug suit. If you're still in the jug suit, be sure to focus your attention on bosses and zombies to make it as safe as possible if you ever exit the jug suit. Use caution, because mimics can still grab you even if you're in a jug suit, and that means yes, they can actually push you off the map in a jug suit too. If you find yourself having trouble getting the right angle on her, especially her hips, because that's kind of the lowest point of her, try going to a different island and throwing your jug suit on one of the higher islands where you can get a better angle. If I'm watching my footage correctly, it looks like you'll need about 5 to 6 cycles where you completely destroy every orb to take her down. This is why I recommended having at least 5 to 8 jug suits. As you get better, you could probably rely less and less on jug suits as you can kind of time it better and get more of those double cycles down in one jug. Taking an extra self-revive or 2 is also pretty important. Those yellow energy attacks are brutal. Please plate up even if you have golden armor, because it will protect you faster. And as always, remain calm. If you feel overwhelmed, jump to another island or even exfil. But if you are successful, if you finally got that last boss jumpsuit you're in, destroyed all of her orbs, enjoy the amazing dopamine rush of satisfaction of defeating one of the best boss fights we've ever had in the zombie franchise. Observe the incredible death animation and enjoy your reward rift, because this is one of the best reward rifts in the game. This has an STG blueprint. It has a very high likelihood of a schematic, even though I know it's not guaranteed. It usually has another Elder Sigil, and it has pretty good loot all around, like new items from Season 5. And just enjoy how beautiful that STG blueprint looks. Isn't that gorgeous? My goodness, it looks so good. And if you're struggling to do this, co-op is definitely the safe way to go. And if you're looking for other players to do this with you and help you out, take a look in the description and join my Discord. And I am begging you, please use the correct looking for players chat once you are on the Discord. If you don't, I'm probably gonna time you out or kick you, unfortunately. Trying to keep that thing clean. We have over 5,000 members and I'm so proud of the Discord. That being said, doing this solo is one of the most satisfying challenges we have in modern zombies. As soon as you complete this, especially solo, you want to immediately go back in and try again. And if you want to see me complete this solo live on camera, be sure to check it out here and stay beautiful.